This one's for mutable signs. Okay, so I decided to break up the past, present, future energies into bigger, broader, but still smaller collectives. So I broke it up into modalities. I feel like it was actually pretty appropriate to break it up into modalities. Realistically, we are at the beginning of a new astrological year. We're in Aries season, which is the beginning of spring. The cardinal signs, Aries, Cancer, Libra, Capricorn, are always the beginning of a season. The fixed signs, Taurus, Leo, Scorpio, and Aquarius, are always the middle of a season. And you mutable signs, Gemini, Virgo, Sagittarius, and Pisces, are always the end of a season. We just exited Pisces season. Y'all think Pisces are happy-go-lucky? They're not. They're not. That's why they act the way that they act. Delusional and happy-go-lucky. Like, the Pisces got that dog in them. Okay, that Pisces got that bite. Y'all think just because Pisces are so delulu and fantasy and all this other stuff with the dreams and the illusions and stuff like that, you think they don't get deep? Baby, all water signs get deep. Okay, and we are lucky enough, chopped up in the modalities, to get each and every element in one modality to create some type of cohesiveness when it comes to switching different seasons. Okay, so we're in Aries season. Okay, we'll be followed with Taurus, and then Gemini, and then Cancer. So we will go from cardinal to fixed to mutable, back to cardinal to fixed to mutable. Okay, so that's how it works. And I feel like this will be appropriate, as it could be just a reset as we have entered a new astrological year. So we are in Aries season. That's where we are. And this is the past, present, and future energies as we enter April 2026. Man, it's been a long one. March for me, it was not good. It was not bad. It was just like Pisces season. Literally, you just had to surrender to everything and just accept everything. And by that time, you have accepted everything. So it doesn't move you. It's just kept you pretty neutral. And so March was pretty neutral for me, but it was very intense. We had eclipses, we had retrogrades, all types of stuff, and it was all going within Pisces, which is the season that we were in. So there was just like a lot collectively going on, a lot of disruptions, a lot of sudden changes and stuff like that. And Pisces season, I reminded you guys, was just meant to be about observation and acceptance. And so if you did that, you have passed flawlessly. But also, I was the one that was saying, don't get stepped on, dragged, stumbled, trampled, all those things. And somehow, someway, I felt like I did a little bit, but I feel like I caught myself. It definitely I feel like I threw off my schedule by procrastinating. I was supposed to have been gotten these new moon readings out around the new moon. It's been like 2 weeks and I'm still uploading. And so I'm getting these videos done, and that's also another reason why I cut down on how many of these I was doing, just by posting 3 by the modalities. And then I figured that'll get me caught up. And then we will be having a full moon in Libra on April 1st. And I refuse to be the fool. Okay, I refuse to be the fool. So within the first week of April, both types of videos, both this past, present, future, and the full moon and Libra readings should be out within the first week. I might be a clown for saying that right now, but I feel like I'm catching up. Okay, I'm still posting some videos for the new moon right now. Those will be posted by the end of today, I promise. And then I will start editing these, and then I will start recording the other ones. I'm gonna see how I'm gonna do those, because those are usually individual ones, and that's just kind of what's taking me out. I personally probably need to hire an editor. I'm not gonna lie. So yeah, because I can make the content, I can show my talents now, okay? But editing is just a whole nother process. And I procrastinated for a week, and then the next week I got sick and I just couldn't. And so here I am. So with that in store, let's get into your reading. I'm talking too much about me. Let's talk about you, mutable signs. So again, this is going to be a bigger, broader collective of people. So take what resonates, leave what doesn't. This is the last one I'm doing, and I can already tell you that there's energies that be scattered across the board. So really bear with me here. This is also a consequence of me doing it this way, is that like the energies be scattered. But I feel like as a collective, within our modalities, we need to get it together and figure out what the mission and plan is as we're moving through a new astrological year. Just because it's April don't mean that we didn't just have or step into a whole new year, okay? Say I'm lying. I'm not lying. I'm not. But yeah, anyway, mutable signs. I'm on one right now. I'm also just genuinely happy that this is my last video, and then I can edit again. Okay, so give me some past energy. Now, what's this? Okay, it might have fixed itself because I was leading towards that way, so let's keep it there. Present energy. Yep, let's do it. And then future energy. All right, mutable signs. Already, you're showing me your present energy, and that's cool and all. You're not showing me your past and not your future. Let me see what's underlined here. Wheel of Fortune. Okay. 2 major arcana showing to me. One in the present, one under the deck. And I really like this. I don't know if I can show it because YouTube. But I really like this card. It's the Lover's card. It's actually ruled by Gemini. So, as far as I can see, that's your present energy. Okay. Regardless if you're... Okay, remember, I'm talking to all mutable signs. So, the Lovers is about... it's about sacred alignment, but also about making sacred choices to stay in alignment together. Okay. But it's about making choices to be able to remain in alignment within a sacred connection. Okay, so the Lovers is here. The Lovers is present, and the presence seems you guys are, regardless if you're in a relationship or not, it also speaks about within you, just being in alignment with your own self, having that balance of feminine and masculine energy within you. So you're just choosing alignment. It's about choice. Generally, the card is about choice. Okay, choosing each other, choosing yourself, choosing alignment. And then we have Wheel of Fortune at the bottom of the deck. So everything is working in your favor. You are aligned, basically. So let's get into it. You guys are also very direct. I will say in the other readings, they have multiple cards. You just like bam, bam, bam. So let's talk about it. In the past, 10 of Wands. You had a lot of weight to bear. A lot of stress, a lot of burdens. Everything was just weighing you down, holding you back, and blinding you from just even moving forward. Okay, 10 or Wands are about energy, so it energetically like stalled you and weighed you down, right? Made you feel stagnant in the past. Now you're like, well, I'm making choices based on my alignments. Okay, in the future, we have 6 of Swords in the reverse. So generally, 6 of Swords is about removing yourself from chaotic, choppy waters and resorting to something more peaceful. and calmer, but not forgetting that you have on stow, you still have some unresolved issues and baggage on stow, but you need to get to calmer waters in order to unpack that and be truly reflected. You cannot reflect on choppy waters. When you're looking in water, you will want it to be peaceful, calm, and still so that you can see your full reflection. It's hard to reflect within the chaos, within the storm. So, but in the reverse here, it's like a resistance from removing yourself from the situation of it all, from the storm. You are even like voluntarily, because six is the number of reflection again. So you already may have some slight inner knowing, because the Swords is about intellect and logic. So you like what's making logical sense for you isn't fully connecting, and there is like a sense of still staying in the midst, in the middle of the chaos still. So let's talk about it. In the past, we have the Ten of Wands. Again, a lot of stress, a lot of burdens, things holding you back, things weighing you down. Energies that were you were holding on to other people's energies, other people's opinions, other people's just like even perceptions of you and stuff like that. You were trying to maintain, and it just wasn't something sustainable to you. It wasn't something that you can actually hold for yourself, because it wasn't meant for you. So it seemed like you were just holding on to a lot of things that weren't meant for you, and it blinded you from being able to walk forward and seeing where you were going. Seven of Wands. Nowadays, it seems like... Okay, let's get another card. Okay. Nowadays, it seems like you've got your guard up. But the reason I was hesitant and I stopped, but it clarified itself right on back up. Okay. Okay, this is just past energy. In the past energy, you were very defensive. Very defensive. And I mean, you were placing up these boundaries and stuff like that, which was great. You were holding your ground and fighting for what you believed in. Seven is the number of faith and belief, but also intention. Were your intentions? And your intentions was just to defend yourself, defend your honor, defend your pride. With that, we have the Hermit in the reverse. So you felt very isolated, very lonely. Ooh, the Hermit. I'm speaking of mutable signs. This is Virgo. You know I don't like to see y'all power cards in the reverse. But this is just energy of feeling... I'm hearing FOMO. Are you kidding me? Some FOMO, I guess. Okay. But ultimately, just feeling withdrawn, from your true purpose, and also from people, also from like whatever, just feeling isolated, feeling like everything like is resisting you, or what was I gonna say? It's like everything was allergic to you in some type of way or something. Or that's how you felt, okay? You're in that energy. The Hermit in the reverse. That's also just like loss of trust within yourself, like feeling disconnected with that wisdom that you have within yourself, that inner wisdom. See, with the Hermit, you are meant to guide yourself out of darkness. The Hermit isn't even in darkness. Darkness starts Libra season. So, but it's like guiding yourself so that you do not get to that point, in a way. Learning from the Hermit is about learning from your own personal experiences and having your own internal wisdom to light your path forward. Okay, you know what not to do. You have discernment. You have awareness. Okay. And so the Hermit only has a little bit of light left, right? Because it's at the end of its season. It's at the end of summer when the light starts shifting from what's even and what's not, right? So you're using the little bit of light you have to continue guiding yourself in a sense of purpose, right? That was my first time kind of channeling it like that. Yes, babe.
I'm proud.
Thank you. I'm proud of you too. Confirmation. That was my first time channeling it like that. And that's so a very accurate and interesting way to look at the Hermit. I'm gonna have to watch that one over again because what? That was cool. So I don't know. That was a channel, y'all. I can't even process that right now. I'm gonna have to rerun that, when I'm editing and stuff like that, because that one, I felt that one. I felt that. But let's keep it pushing. That's in the past. In the past energy, again, you have this Eight of Swords energy where you felt entrapped by your own beliefs. Eight of Swords is feeling entangled in your own self-destructive thoughts, interference, feeling like something's interfering with you, but it's you. I mean, you can't quite see who's puppeteering here, but these are your thoughts. Swords, these are your thoughts. Or if it's not your thoughts, it's other people's opinions, other people's thoughts, other conversations that you had, and you've built some type of mental cage about who you are within those thoughts. And that's what you were carrying. Imagine 8 of the 10 wands here are somebody else's thoughts and opinions of you. Okay. But you fought them off as long as you can. 7 of wands. You fought it off as long as you can. You stood up for yourself. You wasn't no punk. But it did have you feeling some type of way deeply. Deeply. Okay. So moving forward with the Lovers in the present, you're choosing alignment. Ultimately, you're choosing to balance your energies. You're choosing to balance your life. You're choosing to just walk with spirit. Okay. The Lovers. There's some hesitation though on how you're building this, and it's gonna cause like there's a feeling of defeat because of it, I got another download. Maybe because it's not moving as fast as you wish, or it's not progressing as fast as you wish. Okay, I feel like there's 2 messages to it here. Either it completely halted, somebody's hesitating, somebody's delaying something here, or it's just like not progressing as fast as you thought it would. And ultimately, there's a feeling of defeat. 6 of wands here in the reverse. You feel like you're not getting the recognition and appreciation that you deserve. I'm getting a stronger sense. Hold on, I'm getting a stronger sense that it's less of the, again, take it how it resonates. It's less of the taking it real slow. The Prince or Knight of Pentacles already is very slow and cautious and steady in its movements. It's another card ruled by Virgo, so it's very discerning in the direction that it's building Prince of Pentacles, Knight of Pentacles is about building something, building wealth, building. It's a messenger of its elements, so it's only going to just be able to gain experience. So it's gaining more. How do I say this? Because we have the King of Pentacles here. He's very expansive. He's very abundant. He's very wealthy, and he's very stable. So you're building towards this success. And here it's just completely, it's being delayed. Somebody's hesitating. And it's causing a sense, I'm hearing even like loss of pride. But Six of Wands is about victory. It's about success. It's about recognition. It's about approval. And it's usually depicted with like a guy quite literally sitting on his high horse and being praised and stuff like that. And so in the reverse, you know, it's just a feeling of like, I didn't do enough, or I'm not enough, or even with the King of Pentacles here, he's in the reverse. So he's unreliable, unstable. Because as a king, you are meant to be the provider of your kingdom. You're the top security of your kingdom. That doesn't mean that you do it all yourself by any means, but you have the ability to manage other people and yourself, more so on yourself first, so that can be displayed as some sense of leadership amongst others. And it's not there. You're not a reliable source or even trustworthy. This can also point to greed, being greedy. So either way, you're just irresponsible with your finances, or even selfish, or unreliable, unstable with that. Didn't want to just leave you on that. But there's something that needs to change here in response to that. The Death card in the reverse. That's like a resistance to change, resistance to transformation. Something needs to completely change and transform. There's no have but in it. It's no have buts. No have buts, okay? It needs to fully transform. Just like in the picture is the phoenix rising from the ashes. You have to come from a different space completely. And then look, Ten of Pentacles. Complete happiness, abundance, success, wealth, and richness within your family, within your home, within your life. Something needs to change here. So let's move on to the future with this Six of Swords energy. Again, this is learning from your mistakes, basically. That's what the Six of Swords is. And you have to remove yourself from the environment of the mistakes. It's not like you don't have to be so black and white with it, like I have to completely exit, but you definitely have to go to a more like introspective space. And if you're in an environment that is not if you're in an environment that is not, let's say, quiet for you to even think your own thoughts, do you think you're going to get any resolve? No. If you're around a person, whether I don't know who they are to you, but it seems like they just cause distractions and disturbances within your ability to think things through, to process things. And do you think just being around that person, you think you're going to be able to get resolved? Think that through. And if you have this one thing, I'm looking at a phone that is distracting you. I feel like this card is not just about like I remember I said chaos and trying to go to more peaceful like shorelines, but your phone. all the things that are like in this world right now being presented to you just off your phone, you don't think that's causing disturbance? You don't think that's distracting you? You don't think that's caused, like, how are you going to find resolve? We have the Strength card and the Prince of Swords. Strength card in reverse. Again, another feeling of defeat. But this is also, this is ruled by Leo, ruled by the sun. And if it's in this position, it's ruled by your ego, the lower frequency of your ego. Like the one that's chasing validation, basically, instead of just speaking up and asserting yourself in a way that resolve things. So let's get something. Booyah. Interesting. Death. In the upright. Change. Change will come. Death and change. It's just inevitable. Okay? An ending is always going to be the introduction to a new beginning. And endings are inevitable. No matter how much you try to resist them, no matter how much you try to deny them, endings happen, sometimes with or without your permission. And change will always come. So with this card, change, transformation, death, rebirth, something has to end. Something has to end. Something has to completely end and completely change. It cannot be the same way it came in before. It can, like, you entering this new chapter, it cannot be, I don't want to say anything like before, but it just cannot or will not be what you've done before. Let me stop talking about that and just like, because what is really throwing me off from like completing this message is this 5 of Wands, which is competition, rivalry. It says strife, but ultimately like trying to one up, trying to, again, compete and compare. It talks about aggression, possibly even arguments, and just like passive aggression. But it's ultimately conflicting energies, conflicting egos as well, or personalities here. And something needs to change within the conflict here. 7 of Pentacles at the bottom of the deck. It's going to take a lot of patience and growth. Because with the 7 of Pentacles, it's going to take a lot of trials and tribulations as well, with failure at the top of the card. But with 7 of Pentacles, it's usually depicted as a man patiently or even boredly, getting a little bored, feeling like it's not even working, as he's tending to his garden. And 7, again, is the number of intent or faith. Keeping that faith, keeping that intention, keeping that effort, keeping that consistency in how you do things without ever realizing if it's something that's going to be completely like beneficial for you. That man does not know if like what he's harvesting is actually going to, fully come into harvest for him. But he's just, hoping. He has faithful wishing, and he's also putting in the efforts that are necessary for it. So most likely you just grow. You just grow as you tend to yourself. So this is just tending to yourself, tending to your own I mean, Pentacles is about material resources, but tending to your own garden. You know, they say the grass is greener wherever you water it. So that's just you figuring out what you need to make your soil more fertile for you here. And it may involve some type of transformation. Not even may, it does. It does involve some type of transformation, some type of change, some type of ending here. Okay. Ending of competition, ending of rivalry, and more togetherness. 10 of Cups. I thought I had saw. Didn't we see 10 of Pentacles earlier? I know we see 10 of Wands right here. But anyway, yeah, we did see 10 of Pentacles. So 10 of Cups, 10 of Pentacles, two happiest cards in the zodiac, in the tarot deck. It's just true, complete fulfillment and abundance in both areas of emotion and physical realm. You need to change something. Something needs to end. You need to stay away from the chaotic waters. Stay away from the distractions. Okay? And not only do that, but unpack the necessary baggage. Because ultimately, I mean, you may think you're good, but you still have 6 swords stabbing through your boat. You need to figure out how to patch that up so that you can have more room for you to move forward with different insights and stuff like that. You don't need to be holding on. I'm hearing Bag Lady. I'm not singing it. I'm hearing Bag Lady by Erykah Badu. She's a Pisces. And they on some water. So take what you need, okay? So under here, oh well, there's 10 of Pentacles in the reverse. With the Lovers, double Gemini energy here.
Hi, Mama.
Hi, baby.
Hey, she on your mouth.
Thank you, baby. The 10 of Pentacles. There's like some instability here within family, within the home. Emotionally, you guys are satisfied. Emotionally, you guys are secure. Happy home, happy family. But it's like in the physical realm, there's instability. I think we definitely talked about this. That's in the present. That's in the present energy with the Lovers here. So, and dang, double confirmation with the Lovers there. So there's still instability there. But if you want to work on getting this emotional and financial, or even, you know, health as well, guys, all that stabilized again, there's some work that needs to be done here. There's some work that needs to be done here. There's some healing that needs to be done here. So I'm going to leave that there. Doing good on time. Next thing, last thing, I will pull a card for each zodiac for you. And then I'll be on my way to edit these videos. I will be finally able to edit them and try to get them out as soon as possible. I'm thinking I gotta work tomorrow. I'll check that later. Usually I do. But somehow, some way, I'm gonna try to record those videos for the full moon. The full moon happens on Wednesday, which I also work. And Thursday, which I also work. So I'm also put that out there. I ain't just been like lollygagging by like procrastinating on my editing. I just been working a lot. And when I'm not working and I have the time to edit, that's when I procrastinated and did something else. All right. Aries, if you're dealing with an Aries, gaslighted. They gaslighting you. Reality distortion, emotional manipulation, questioning sanity. You're imagining things. They are totally gaslighting you. They live in a luxury life, comfortable wealth, indulgence, enjoying rewards because I deserve it. Maybe they gaslighting, maybe they live like a really comfortable life, right? And they like, because I deserve it. And they gaslighting you on why you don't deserve what they have or something like that. Or maybe switch that. Maybe switch that because, you know, haters like to gaslight too. They hating on what you got, and so they gaslighting you. I don't know. Take that. If you're dealing with a Taurus, oh my. Oh, come on now. All these cards. Okay. If you're dealing with a Taurus, sneaky link. Hidden encounters, private meetings, discreet intimacy. Nobody needs to know. You got a sneaky link with a Taurus. Enclosure. Letting go, ending chapters, emotional release, finally free. These came out in the reverse, so I've been trying to like read these in the reverse and see if they make any sense, but take them however they resonate. We got breadcrumbing, giving minimal attention, keeping options open, vague promises, never fully committing, and we got catfish, pretending to be someone else online, fake profile, deceptive images, not who you think I am. Hi, Jocelyn. I'm almost done, baby. I'm almost done. Thank you. Yep. So, I don't know. Maybe you thought they was a catfish and they really not. Maybe you thought they were breadcrumbing you and they're really not. They really just got some things to do. So, hopefully you find some closure from this. They your little sneaky link or something though. You met them online. I see. Swipe right. Online dating, instant attraction, digital romance, match found. You found your match. You got your little sneaky link, but you be thinking that they catfishing and they breadcrumbing you. They're not. They're not. Okay. Let it go. Let it go. Finally feel free. Okay. If you're dealing with a Gemini. Wake up call. Wake up, wake up. Spiritual awakening, sudden clarity, urgent awareness, can't ignore anymore. So something about this Gemini got you real clear on being unbothered. Okay, so now you're unbothered. Peace despite chaos, calm attitude, detachment from negativity, not my drama. So again, either you got a wake up call, like you just got some sudden awareness that like you should just really be unbothered about this situation, or they you, they're probably very just unbothered in nature, and you're like, I can't ignore this. I don't know. If you're dealing with a Cancer, overnight success, rapid rise, sudden recognition, unexpected breakthrough, all eyes on me. So maybe they're like influential. Maybe they just get like a certain burst of attention randomly, and they ghost you. Ghosted, sudden disappearance without explanation, left hanging, seen but ignored, abrupt silence. So I feel like they left you unseen, or they ghosted you because now they're getting some type of validation and recognition and stuff like that from other people, whether they on social media or whatever. If you're dealing with a Leo, DM slide, unexpected flirtation, direct messages, testing the water, sliding into your inbox, and photoshopped. Fake perfection, artificial beauty, unrealistic standards, filtered beyond recognition. So maybe you or they slid in your DMs, and they don't look like how they look like online. They catfishing. They catfish at IRL. Something like that. Or I don't know, Photoshop. fake perfection. Maybe they try to fake like they're perfect. So like away with the whole Photoshop actual like concept, but in real life they got unrealistic standards, and they faking like some type of perfection. They fake flexing or something like that. If you're dealing with a Virgo, ooh, inner child. Maybe they're childish, but it says healing childhood wounds, reconnecting with joy, playfulness restored, return to innocence. Then there is safe space. Okay, maybe they're like a good safe space for your inner child. Emotional sanctuary, comfortable solitude, protected vulnerability. Here I am safe. Okay, you feel really safe with this Virgo. Hopeless romantic. Believing in fairy tales, idolizing love, constantly waiting, forever dreaming. So like this is like your dream come true or something like that. Like you feel really safe with this person. You're safe to like express yourself, your inner child. And you feel like a hopeless romantic around this person. I do say, you know, don't get carried away with potentializing things. Really meet people where they are, okay? At the bottom of the deck, breaking cycles. Ending harmful patterns, freedom from repetition, new beginnings, it stops with me. So I feel like this person is helping you break some type of like, I don't want to say toxic cycle, but a cycle where like it's definitely bringing in some blessings. Like you feel like you can connect to your inner child with this person, and that's beautiful energy in its own resolve, because that's very much like creative energy, creative expression, being able to like really, again, reconnect with joy, healing childhood wounds, playfulness restored. Beautiful. If you're dealing with a Libra, clickbait. Misleading headlines, empty promises, exaggerated truths, not what it seems. So it says, shocking, you will not believe this story. With this person, CEO energy. Taking control, natural leadership, confidence in business, I'm the boss. So I feel like they're radiating like that CEO energy, but clickbait. Misleading headlines, empty promises, exaggerated truths, not what it seems. They stretch the truth a little bit. Just like it says exaggerated truth, they exaggerate or they stretch the truth a little bit. Making something worth like not necessarily investing in, but like make you want to like spend your intention on it and stuff like that. It's clickbait. But they radiated CEO energy. They some type of leader. They some type of boss. Scorpio. If you're dealing with a Scorpio. Self-made and ascension. So independent success, overcoming odds, creating your own path, built from nothing, and then ascension, spiritual growth, higher awareness, next level consciousness, elevating myself. So they seem to be very independent and even enlightened. And they might be love bombing you. Love bomb, intense infection too quickly, excessive attention, overwhelming charm, hidden control. So I don't know, like they seem to be like very spiritual and independent in energy, this Scorpio. And they love bombing you right now. I don't know, just be cautious, you know? Just be cautious. Observe, don't absorb. If you're dealing with the Sagittarius. Booked and busy. Productively high or productivity high, full schedule, no time to waste, success on the calendar. And then we got me versus me at the bottom of the deck. Self-competition, personal growth, becoming better than yesterday, my only competition. I feel like they have like this sense of competitiveness about themselves. They may be I usually say, because I mean it's not on the board, so maybe it isn't direct to you, but I usually say with this card, they see a reflection of themselves within you and they're trying to compete with that. And so they're trying to outdo that sense of awareness that they get, becoming better than yesterday, personal growth. But yeah, they're just kind of like out trying to one up and outdo themselves, or you, like a portion of you that they see within themselves. So take that how that resonates, and it may have to do with something about being more productive in life. Okay, if you're dealing with a Capricorn, lessons learned, wisdom gained, completing cycles, growth through experience. I'm wiser now from this Capricorn. So trust the signs, pay attention to guidance, universe speaking clearly, follow intuition, message received. You learn your lesson from this person, and you need to just continue to follow your intuition on how you're going to handle and deal with this person. Trust the signs. If you are dealing with an Aquarius, oh my goodness, soul contracts. Soul contracts. So fated connections, karmic relationships, spiritual agreements destined to meet. So your soul, before reincarnating on this earth, signed this document, signed this agreement, signed this contract with this Aquarius. And so you guys were destined to meet. Karmic relationships. Karmic gets such a bad rep on what its meaning is. And karmic just means intense. Karmic means it's meant to teach you something about yourself. It's basically destined to elevate you, okay? To ascend you, to enlighten you. And the reason that karmic gets a bad rep is because with karmic relationships, they tend to go all the way good or all the way bad. And so, you know, just like with mushroom trips, when people have a bad trip, they like, no. So it's all based on your experience and how you navigate through it. At the bottom of the deck, hustle mode. So this person may be teaching you how to grind a little harder. Grinding hard, ambitious drive, determined effort, sleep can wait. So, see, that's all it is. Stop resisting. Stop resisting the lessons. And last but not ever least, Pisces. If you're dealing with the Pisces, okay. Energy vampire. It's the first. I'm trying to rep my Pisces. Okay, as a Pisces rising, and they out here embarrassing me. Energy vampire. Draining connections, toxic influence. Protect your energy. Time to cut the cords. You know, do what you gotta do. And look, it says cut the cords, and there's some scissors right here. Brand new. Now you gotta act brand new on them. Fresh beginnings, reinventing yourself, new ventures, watch me shine. And then there's also payback. It's a little bit payback here. Consequences, returning, karma's cycle. Maybe this person's a karmic too. What goes around, you know, comes around, and time to settle accounts. I'm speaking to mutables, so Pisces, the payback's a B, okay? But yeah, somebody's gonna be cutting the cords. Somebody's gonna be acting brand new. Influencer status. See, they're gonna be acting brand new. They're onto some new stuff. Social recognition, online fame, power to influence. Swipe up. So interesting. I'm going to leave that there for you, mutable signs. If this resonated for you, or you would like to dig deeper into a reading with me, please do not hesitate to reach out to me at Libra Baby Doll.